what happened yesterday? I had my friend Heidi and Derek come down here.
His 5-year-old friend.
Yesterday, I had my friend Heidi and her son come in here. And I had written 3 notes. I called once and I wrote 2 emails about I want their name on the list downstairs.
And it was.
They came in. Their names weren't on the list.
Howard, I promise you.
They were not. They had, in fact, she was in a panic. She had to text Beth, and then Beth got in touch.
I promise you that.
They weren't.
But I'm telling you that I had Jason put them on and Tracy double-checked it. The names were on the list.
They got here and they couldn't get upstairs.
Dude.
My point is, there's something wrong with our system.
No, the names were on the list. They were in the system.
They did. When they got to the door, they said, hi. She said, my name's Heidi. My name is on the list. And the guy goes, your name is not on the list. So I'm just saying, there's something wrong with our system.
I don't understand because Jason put their name on the list, which he promised you.
No, I know.
And then I spoke to Ronnie.
We double-checked it.
But she couldn't get up.
First thing yesterday morning.
Ask her. I want you to interview her.
Hold on. If Beth would have called them down, they wouldn't have taken Beth's word for it. If her name wasn't in the system, Jason would have had to put her name in the system again.
No, Beth had to call up to us and tell us.
Talk to who?
I don't know.
Who'd
She talked to somebody. I'm telling. All I'm saying is, there's something wrong with our system.
We need to look at this off the air because I can tell you, Beth would have had to talk to me or Jason or Ronnie, and she didn't talk to any of us.
All I know is, because Gary always criticizes me that I repeat myself like 300 times and that I think he doesn't understand. But there's something wrong because these people could not get upstairs, Robin. I'm telling you. She's not making it up.
Okay, so Jason just told me. They called up and they said she's not on the list.
Right.
And Jason said she absolutely positively is on the list. And they go, oh, there she is. Well, they do that all the time, by the way.
But here's my point.
But that's them down there.
But so okay. We know that this happens all the time. It's them down there. Who do I have to fucking get to straighten this out? In other words, that shouldn't be satisfactory to you.
So the people who run the building, that's who hires the security down there. They're the responsible party.
Okay, let's assume the security down there, they're insane.
In other words,
let's assume, Gary, listen to me. Let's assume they're really bad at this. Let's go with that assumption, since it's happened to more than just one person.
Right.
So putting a name on a list is not enough. So we can either stick our head in the sand and say, well, gee, I hope Heidi gets up here. Because, who knows? They're probably just going to say, well, her name's on the list, but it's not on the list, and then they don't. How can we get it so that the system works?
We can complain to the building.
Well, why are we not doing that? Meaning you.
Well, we do. I mean, but we do. Listen,
go knock on Mel Karmazin's door and say, Mel, how do you get guests up here when you have this fucking guy who gave him $40 billion to buy because they were going bankrupt? How did that guy get up here?
In fact, Jason's explanation is that the person couldn't.
You said it happens all the time. Why would you accept that?
The person couldn't see it in the system. And then they did. Meaning we had to name it.
So let's assume this happens all the time.
Well, it doesn't happen all the time.
You said it happens all the time.
It happens
very rarely.
Now it happens very rarely. He says it happens all the time. You say it happens
very rarely. That I know. All
right. Well, Gary knows of more times than
No, because I do. Because a lot of times I'll have people who are coming up for a tour, and they'll go, my name isn't on the list, and I'll go, yes, it is, and they'll go, and then they'll find it.
Okay. This has got to stop. I know we're only here 2 more months, but even in the 2 months, let's say some guest is coming up, or a friend of mine is coming up. How can I be sure? Here I am completely paranoid and emotionally a wreck that I have to write 3 memos. Beth even writes me a memo the night before. Remember, Heidi's coming up, and I send you the note and everything. I mean, I'm obviously concerned that they're not going to get up. The reason I'm so concerned is because people sometimes tell me they can't get up. How are you going to address this? Are you going to hide your head in the sand?
No, I'll go talk to Tim, and we'll talk to Mel.
But I don't know. Talk to Mel. But Mel Karmazin told me personally he's going to solve any problem I have.
We're not the only people this happens to, and it probably does happen to Mel.
I don't care who else it happens to.
I got a simple solution.
What is it?
For the show stuff, when I'm here, all I have to do, like when Gary knows somebody's coming up, like your friend or whatever, okay, all they do, you give them my cell phone number, they call me, I get down and meet them before they even get here.
How come he's got an answer? That should have been solved 4 years ago.
Well, it doesn't happen every day.
If it happens more than once, it's a problem for me.
I understand.
So I had egg on my face yesterday.
I'm sorry, Howard.
And I've sent 3 memos.
But Howard, you understand, the memos that you sent to me...
Ronnie's got the solution.
Were all dealt with accordingly.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
They couldn't get up.
A name was put in the system.
Gary, they couldn't get up the steps.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
The
system is useless.
Well, no, they did get up the steps.
The name was in the system. So what? It doesn't work. It's not reliable.
They did get up.
You got to find a way to make it...
Right, they did get up.
Yeah, because she refused to turn around, and she had Beth's text message. If she didn't have Beth's text message, she couldn't get up. The guy told her, go home. That's it. He wasn't calling up here.
Well, I don't know that he said go home.
No, he said, I can't let you up. What was she going to do? She didn't have your number. She didn't have Ronnie's number.
I will go to Tim, and I will go to the head of the company.
Ah, that's what I want. And I want Ronnie's solution put into place immediately. Any guest of mine and any guest of this show has Ronnie's number, and they will call him before they come in so that Ronnie will meet them and escort them upstairs. You just told me, and this is remarkable, that the system is not reliable, and you've accepted it. I don't accept it. We need a solution. No more sleeping. I want this taken care of.
Look, Gary came to me yesterday morning. He said to me, make sure...
Doesn't matter if they're on the list. I'm learning now.
No, but he told me at 6 in the morning.
Doesn't matter.
And I was waiting for her at the elevator when she came up.
Telling somebody
we
their
didn't
name
know that she couldn't get up.
Telling anyone that their name is on the list is useless, I'm learning.
Well, it's not useless.
I've learned this in 1 second. It's useless if it's not reliable. If the people downstairs are in over their head because they can't read a list, the woman's name isn't that complicated.
I got another idea also. They come in about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So all our guests, we have a list of all our guests that are coming in.
Go ahead.
8 o'clock, I could go down there and speak to them at the desk, have them pull up the computer, make sure everybody's name is in.
No good.
Everybody's name was in.
They don't know how to read down there. Let's assume they're all illiterate. They probably are. Most people are in over their heads in their job. There are very few people who can function properly. If your job is sitting there reading a fucking list, chances are you don't even know how to read. That's the biggest challenge in your life, reading that goddamn list. So now we know let's say someone down there is incompetent. So let's assume they're incompetent. What are we going to do to circumvent them? Don't accept that this is okay. No wonder I sit at home, Robin, and I write. Oh, this is what I spend my day on. I go, make sure my friends can get in. That's 2 weeks ago. Then the night before, Beth goes, are you sure they're going to be able to get up? I go, I'm writing Gary now. Make sure they can get up. Both, stop telling me over and over. I got it. I'm learning that this list is meaningless. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, it's not meaningless. It doesn't work some of the time.
Listen, what was your IQ? 121, right?
That's right.
You're a bright guy. Handle this.
He's
got a good idea?
Thank God my IQ wasn't 101.
You're not kidding, because I'd have to blow you right out the door. I got hope for you.
It would be like you're fucking retarded. You're a 101.
I don't understand how a guy with a 121 IQ hears that sometimes people can't get up. As you say, it happens frequently.
It happens enough of the time to be an issue.
The first time it happens, you go, I got to find out why my system doesn't work. And then you find out the guy downstairs can't read the list. So you know what you do? You say, let's take him out of the mix. We'll handle it ourselves. I got Ronnie, the limo driver. He's got a great idea. 121 IQ, you should be able to figure that out. I guarantee you your IQ is higher than mine, and I can figure that out. I'm a big dummy, and I can figure it out. Hold it. Brad Pitt's on the phone. Yes, Brad? What is it?
Hey, what's up, Howard? I've been waiting outside since yesterday.
Trying to get in, right?
Richard.
I called Gary's office. I just heard snoring. He was supposed to put me on the list.
Yeah, I heard that you said you were trying to get up here to talk about how you can't stand Angelina Jolie anymore.
Oh, I was going to reveal all kinds of crazy stuff, but, I want to surprise you yesterday.
Yeah, all right.
Forgive me, man. What the hell?
Another lame recycled bit by an anorexic.
I'll bet you that Gary's book signings will go smoothly. I know there's a lot of excitement with the book signings. I know that. I hear a lot of planning going on, and I guarantee you'll be able to get there. Make sure my guests can get up here before you plan anything more with a book signing. Book signing second. Number one, how do people get in the building? It's ridiculous, and I got to sweat bullets.
Are you listening, Gary?
Yes, stupid.
Brad, thank you for calling in. I apologize.
And please keep trying to come up. We'd love to interview you.
What do you want to say to Gary?
I got to get back to fucking Angelina. Gary, get your shit together, man. Come on.
Thanks, Brad.
All right, love you.
Brad Pitt. Would have loved to have interviewed you.
And we've never had him on the show.
He was downstairs for 2 days trying to get in. His name was on the list, though. So it's not... everyone around here it's not my fault. The name was on the list. Well, it is your fault. It's your fault. Because you know this. You know that people have trouble getting up. Please, take care of this.
I will take care
You're
of it.
my guy. And I know you're planning book promotion. I get an email every day. Gary wants to be on Rosie. They want to simulcast Rosie with Gary. And I hear it all. I'm excited for your book. But first, number one priority, this. No book until this is straightened out.
Understood.
I never want to hear again that my guests couldn't get up here. Thank you. You're dismissed. I've spoken. Simple. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you for that suggestion. Brilliant. I don't know if he's got a 121 IQ. All these guys with high IQs, I can't get anybody to think.
They're so busy sitting around resting on their laurels.
You know, when you're that smart...
They don't use it.
I got a question, Robin.
Why waste a 121 IQ on him?
Robin, have you ever had a guest that couldn't get up here?
No.
Never?
No.
Shocking.
He's trying to trick you with that IQ of his.
No, I'm just trying to say, what did she do about it? I'm surprised Robin's never...
No, you're my producer. Don't worry about her. That's not her job. You're the producer. You want her job? Robin, go out there and be the producer, and he'll read the news. Not the news, Wolf. Gary, your job is to make sure people can get upstairs. You're my right hand. And right now, my right hand is broken and in a cast. Make it whole. I need him on top. I tell you, I went nuts last night. I almost called him at home last night.
Really?
Yeah. I was going to say, Gary, I had to write you 3 memos to get these people's name on the list, and I'm finding out that the list is meaningless. It's not my fault. It's not my fault because their name was on the list, Howard. They can't read the list downstairs. Oh, I see. So we're going to leave it at that? Potluck? Spin the wheel of roulette? I mean, it's so simple. This guy's my right hand. And my right hand is busy picking his nose.
His right hand is always occupied.
Robin, where's my right hand? It's in my nose.
It's knuckle deep.
Knuckle deep. There you go. Oh, Kate Beckinsale is on the phone. Miss Beckinsale, hi.
Hello, Howard. How are you?
I'm fine, love.
I wanted to come up yesterday and get naked for you, and I called Gary dell'abate, and he put me on hold. He said he had to run and get black and white cookies, and I guess he forgot to put my name on the list.
Right. All right. Well, no, I think he put your name on the list, but he knows that the guy downstairs has trouble reading it.
Those book signings got his head all fucked up.
I think those book signings are going to go smooth as silk. I hear him planning in there like a military operation.
Well, what's more important, Howard?
No, the book signings, evidently.
Well, I was going to come and get naked, show you my muff and my breasts.
And then put it on Howard TV. We would have had 500 million subscribers.
Oh, it would have been great. I was going to let Richard and Sal rub my buttocks. It was going to be great.
Are you downstairs with Brad Pitt?
I did, yeah. Me and Brad are down here. We're having a party. We'd love to come see you.
All right, thank you.
Love you, Howard.
Love you.
Goodbye.
Kate Beckinsale and Brad Pitt calling.
Trying to get up here.
Yeah. He tells me it's not his fault. I said, what do you mean it's not your fault? The guys downstairs, they when they get the list, they can't read it.
But why did he ask me if I ever had trouble?
Who knows? He's got a much higher IQ than both of us.
We can't figure out.
Because if you had trouble and never reported it, you'd be as guilty as me.
Huh? Oh, I see.
In other words,
just trying to drag me into your
So
web.
let's say she's...
Yeah, when the spotlight's on you, I'll take my fucking mother.
So let's say she's as dopey as you. What does that prove? That's not her job to worry about.
Because we're all responsible.
You're responsible. I wrote you 3 emails about this.
I did what I was supposed to do. But I understand.
But Gary, how many times is it not going to work before you say, maybe this system doesn't work? Maybe we can't rely on the people downstairs.
Suppose we had Miss Brad Pitt.
How do we know that wasn't Brad Pitt on the phone? It sounded like Richard, but it could have been. Anyway, I have a lot more to talk about. I didn't get to it today. I'm sorry. We were very busy. Am I guest free tomorrow? Because I need time to talk about things.
Not even a little. We
wow.
have 2 guests a day. I told you this is a crazy week. That's why I need you to do those plugs. In fact, we had 2 guests today, and one of them canceled.
Who was the one that canceled?
Dr. Drew.
Dr. Dre canceled?
No, Dr. Drew has to reschedule till later on. But we have
Dr. Drew, you think he'll be able to get up here?
Well, so we have 2 guests tomorrow and 2 guests on Thursday.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. I'm going to hit the air running tomorrow at 6 a.m.
In fact, actually, we have 2 guests on Thursday and a contest.
Wow.
Then I'm staying home.
It's a super busy day.
All right. How's everything with the book going?
I don't know.
You all set?
I'm not scheduling that shit.
No?
I'm not. I mean, they tell me what I'm doing, and I just say yes.
Yeah, it's all set?
I'm
Good.
not scheduling anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. It's,
You got a big plan involved? You're going to hit a lot of different places?
Yes, I'm going to be doing. I'm getting a lot of places.
So you'll be even busier. See if you can carve out a little time to straighten out the guest situation, so that people can get upstairs. All right. Thank you. Don't mean to interrupt. He's so busy arguing with Ross back in his office about his book signings He's
It
busy.
wasn't arguing about the book signing. It was arguing. That was a client, a paying client of Sirius that pays our fucking salary. Howard.
That's who pays your salary?
Pays mine.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know who pays
All
yours.
right. All right. Thank you. The subscribers pay mine.
Well, so do the advertisers.
To a degree. Gary had time to see Jackass 3D, but no time to straighten out.
Saturday night, I must have been out of my mind.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't go home on Saturdays till I have this straightened out. It's ridiculous. You should be up at night going, oh, my God, I don't think the guests can get in. Sometimes they can't. Remember when Bon Jovi came here and he was going to do me a favor and he couldn't get up?
Again, I had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it because you're not prepared.
No,
you're expecting the people downstairs to be competent.
I was not involved in the Bon Jovi thing in any way. I didn't call, set it up, and so I...
Well, you should have learned from it. You've won... it's all right.
Nobody's won anything.
Nobody's won. I've won nothing. Somebody give me a prize. Did you peck on those keys one at a time when you wrote your book? Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you write on a computer?
Some of it, yeah.
And you pecked away like that?
Yeah.
All right.
That's when you really learn to type, is when you're...
He hasn't learned.
No, he's not going to.
With his high IQ, he still can't type. Pecking away. He turned off the camera. I can't watch him. He must have started typing that book back in 1988. Because the way he types.
He couldn't have typed much. He must have written it out in longhand.
They call, where's the C? Me, ba, where's the hyphen? Boff. Bowie. B-O-O. I wonder if I spell it with an E-Y or a Y. E-Y. Where's the E? I just had it a minute ago. That's a book in itself.
Me and my mother.
There should be a writing of it, just the camera on him typing.
Ampersand.
Still writing over there, Gary?
Sure.
Me and my mother.
Quotation marks.
Loved, yes.
Unquotation mark.
Can you find the unquotation mark?
It's right next to the ampersand and the backslash.
No way he could have typed that book. I don't understand why they don't put the keyboard in alphabetical order. Boy, all the letters are scrambled.
What is a QWERTY?
I can spell QWERTY very fast.
They call me QWERTY.
No, your name is Baba Booey.
Oh, QWERTY is faster.
Every word in your book is QWERTY.
And then I QWERTY down to QWERTY. And I grew up in QWERTYville. The end.